My college days at Florida A&M, it was the best days of my life. But a lot of people are surprised that no, I was not in the band. I was distinguished military graduate out of Florida A&M as an Army officer. During that time at A&M, I mean, music just wasn't my season, and it's probably one of the regrets that I have now, considering the accomplishments that I've made. But when I look at the band and when people hear the name of the Marching 100, it's a name that is very known throughout the world and is one of the most prestigious programs. There are a lot of bands that are stepping up to the plate, like North Carolina A&T and Southern, who's always been a rival of ours. You got Gremlin, you got Bethune-Cookman, and you got Jackson State, the Super Sound. But you got to say that the template of all those bands came from Florida A&M, and it's just something that will always be parallel to my heart, that I'm proud to be affiliated with the school and in what I do in music. So, Lindsey Sargent, what's up? Mom and dad was always there for me. I was blessed to grow up in a two-parent household, which is something is a rarity today. My mom and my dad brought me my first horn, and I remember them going to my performances and supporting me in marching band. But as I got older, and as a man, and I told him, I said, look, I want to do this as a profession. My mom wasn't really that excited about it. Always have something to fall back on, and I just told Mom, I said, Mom, this is what I'm doing now. I mean, everything else in my life I have explored, and it's just not in me to do that. And this is what's working for me as far as what I do as an entertainer and as a producer. One lady, she said, I have never heard a horn player that can really demand the crowd of their audience. And people's like, man, I remember you back in the day. Now you play with such confidence, and people want to know why I do that. And I have to go back to the Bible with David and Goliath. I mean, we all have Goliaths in our lives, and from it, David was so confident that he can take this giant down. And why was he so confident? The most cliche answer people will say, well, he had God on his side. Well, of course he had God on his side. But what did God do to really have him believe that he can take down Goliath? David used to slay lions and bears. So when I'm up on the stage, I've slain many lions and many bears in my career. And when I'm on the big stage and when I'm on the big arena, when I have to really have an answer for myself, Goliath to me is nobody, because you can only be confident to your testimony of what God has allowed you to go through in your life. And I think that is the key to anything in life. And when I'm on stage, I just got that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James mentality that when I got the ball, I'm gonna dominate. And because this is what I do. And when you instill that confidence, the audience knows that. My mind is always saying that people have heard the saxophone 1,000 times, but I always gonna apply it to where, hey, they may have heard the saxophone 1,000 times, but they ain't heard it the way I'm gonna play it. And that is the draw that I try to portray, and from it, that is what I demand when I'm out there performing. Hi, you're looking at a close-up of Antoine Nice.